Hi there, I'm Francis Turner from ThreatSTOP. I am a security researcher at ThreatSTOP, where I have been working on a number of different things to do with sanctions compliance and how ThreatSTOP can help people comply with the various sanctions regimes that have been implemented throughout the world by various different governments. One of the questions we get asked a lot is, what are OFAC sanctions and where can I find out about them? Well, the answer to that question is pretty straightforward. The government, the US Department of the Treasury, has a website which has them all on it. It's ofac.treasury.gov, and you can go there and you can go find them. However, that's the easy bit. The tricky bit is getting that data and then figuring out what that means to you as an organization or even as an individual who is trying to not do business with companies or organizations or individuals that are sanctioned under those OFAC sanctions. And that's where ThreatSTOP comes in. So what are OFAC sanctions? OFAC sanctions are sanctions that the US Department of Treasury, the Office of Financial Asset Control, has put in place, usually by executive orders from the president. There are some other parts of the US government that get involved as well. But fundamentally, they are the US government, the head of the executive branch of the US government under the president have said, these particular people you should not do business with except under special permission from us, because they are, for various reasons, bad, doing things that the US government disapproves of. Typically in the past, that has been countries like Iran or Cuba or North Korea, who are just financial pariahs to the entire world. But more recently, particularly since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, it's involved companies and organizations that are Russian related, and those are significantly more of a concern to lots of companies around the world, because people do a lot more business, or have done a lot more business, with Russia and Russian related companies than they have with North Korea or Iran or Cuba and whatever. In particular, one of the catches with Russia is that Russia has been embedded in the financial systems and the world global trading systems for the last 20 or 30 years, since the Soviet Union collapsed and Russia rebuilt itself. And so therefore people have been doing business with Russia and Russian entities for years, whereas for the most part they have not been doing business with Libya or Iran or Cuba or whatever. So therefore, once OFAC and indeed the other companies, like other countries, the EU, the UK, and so on, put these sanctions on Russian individuals and Russian companies, people really wanted to comply, and they had. Then this was a problem. Whereas with the previous sort of countries, like I say Iran and so on, it wasn't.